we've gone from 15% absenteeism, chronic absenteeism, to 25% chronic absenteeism. That is insane. Okay, 1/4 of our students are missing significant amounts of school every single year. And they all have a variety of reasons. Okay. The thing is, though, we need to find a solution. We need to find, let me rephrase that. We need to find ways that we can help to solve this problem. We might not be able to do it on our own, and it would be nice if we could get help from state legislators, but we don't control them. All right? We control our own actions and our own school sites and our own districts. So we need to figure out ways that we can improve on this trend. Maybe we won't be perfect. Maybe we won't achieve 15%. But any drop in that number is going to impact millions. And we need to push towards that. So here's what I would like to see to help us deal with truancy. I know it's not going to happen, but here's what I'd like to see. I would like to see our state legislators get their acts together and actually create effective truancy laws. The core of our entire economic system, our entire social system, is access to a free and quality public education. And if people aren't doing that, if we're losing 25% of our students almost, I mean, holy cow, this is going to become a rot that might eventually bring down the nation. Because that's 25% of kids that probably aren't getting a quality education. That's 25% of kids that are probably going to be sharing whatever deficiencies they have with their children and their grandchildren. And who knows, they might not ever recover from it. They might never realize, oh, hey, education was a good thing. And they might not instill that in their children. It might just grow and grow and grow and grow. And we might be looking, I don't know, 20 years from now, back at the glory days when only 25% of students were chronically absent. And just so you know, I'm not talking about students that are, say, their parents are like migrant workers and they go from state to state. Okay, I'm not talking about those students. I'm not talking about students who are chronically ill. I'm not talking about students whose families go on the occasional vacation during the middle of the school year. I'm talking about kids who just, they're out every single year by large volumes of days. That's what I'm concerned about. Those are the ones I'm worried about. And our states need to create some truancy laws that take into account the needs of those families from before, but also give some teeth to local law enforcement so that way they can make sure that kids are getting to school. Even if their parents don't value it, that the kids are actually in school. Okay? That means stronger laws and actual funding for sheriff's departments and local PDs to enforce truancy laws. If states can't get their acts together, it's going to make things a lot harder for us to be successful. But here's the thing, though. I don't control those people. I don't control state legislators. I have some influence on the state legislators for my district, but I don't have influence on the state legislators for the rest of the state. Okay, I can't control them. I would also love to see those men and women use their platforms to use their positions of authority and outreach within each of their districts to become strong proponents of public education. And I know some of them are, but a disturbing number of them are not. And they could do some serious good. They could help to unwind a lot of the fear and the resentment, the concern about public education. But for many of them, it's just not politically expedient. I don't know. Anyways. So I can't control them, and that's not what this channel's about. This channel's about sharing ideas that I believe that we have within our power to create change. Every single semester, I call parents of failing students. The contact information that we just get for free as PLCs, it would make Walmart or any Fortune 500 company drool over. They would just go bonkers at having the contact lists that we have and the open rates on our emails, the pickup rates on our phone calls. They would go bonkers over what we have. And we think it's bad, but trust me, corporate America spends billions of dollars in advertising every single year, and they don't get nearly as much success as we do. So we need to leverage this, and we need to say, if the state legislators aren't going to fix this, we need to do our part to improve absenteeism as much as we can. So knowing this, knowing that we have this incredible ability to reach out to parents, okay, and get feedback and get some kind of interaction between they and us, we need to really, really capitalize on it. Okay, we really need to take advantage of it and just run with it, because we can't wait on the state legislators to actually get their acts together, because they're probably never going to, honestly. So we need to be the adults in the room like usual and take care of this problem to the best of our ability. So let's start at the top. Principals, I need you to get your data lists, okay? This is one of the things that principals are supposed to love to do, is pull the data, okay? So pull the data on your chronically absent students, all right? Maybe they're passing, maybe they're not. Odds are they probably aren't, but some of them might be. It doesn't matter. Just get the lists of the chronically absent students. And I want you to prioritize calling them. Not your secretaries, not your department heads, you, okay? You are the face of your school. Make that connection. Make that human connection between you and the parents of those chronically absent students. So call. And I really do know I'm asking you to invest in a time suck. I get it. Okay, you're eyeball deep. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, admins have everything super easy. No. Okay, heck with that. Admins work their butts off and they earn their money and they earn their gray hair. Okay, I'm asking you to add a couple more gray hairs. Reach out to those parents, and when you call them, this is not a guilt trip session. All right, that's not what this is. The Reuters article I was reading earlier was talking about how one of the parents, they were referencing a family, and how the kid and the mom felt that the school had become a dark place, an angry place, and that it wasn't there for them. And it kind of connected with some of the calls I've been making recently. I've heard a disturbing number of times now, and it really does bother me, where I've been calling the parents of the failing kids, and the parent will say, I'm a senior teacher, by the way, and they'll say, you're the first teacher I've ever talked to that's ever actually called me. And their kids are seniors. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insanity. No wonder why we're having problems getting bonds passed and overrides passed and getting pro-public education state legislators put into the state capitals. No wonder why we're having issues with absenteeism. Too many of us are shirking our responsibility to make a connection to the public we serve. So please make those phone calls, make them positive. All right, take your notes on each individual person, find out what their needs are. I'm going to guarantee you some of them probably have overlapping needs. And then as you get all this information together, then you have your secretary step in, you have your department head step in, and you notice, hey, we've got these 5 kids that have transportation issues. We've got these 10 kids over here that they feel like school isn't supportive of them. And this is what they said. And it's going to help you to strengthen your school. It's going to help you to make it a more inviting place. And it's going to help you to make connections with those parents. And you know what? Not all of them are going to respond well. And not all of them are going to end up actually increasing their students' performance. But if you can increase them by 10%, 20%, bumping up their attendance at all, that's a solid growth. And if you do it every single year and you're making those little, check-ins, you as the principal, that important person, this heart and soul of the school, okay, you took the time to contact them, well, then maybe they're important. Maybe they feel like this is an important thing now. And the principal was really polite and the principal was really pleasant to me. So, maybe this isn't a bad place for my kids or a bad place for me. And they got back to me within a couple days on those transportation issues. Maybe they were able to get us in touch with a county service provider for housing or medical. Any number of issues that could be impacting them. Maybe you just end up having to have a conversation with a parent about the importance of school and how it is that, maybe you don't realize, or maybe they don't realize why it's important now, but they don't know what opportunities are going to be presented to them in the future. And the more they know, the more flexible they'll be to address those issues and take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves. But I need you as the principals to be the ones to do it. Okay, it's got to be you. Because these are the critical ones. These are the most at risk. Okay, so let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think there's a better way to connect with parents? If your goal is to yell at them and scream at them, I promise you that's not working. But if you do want to say that's the preferred method, the best method, then go right ahead and post it in the comments below. Make sure you use all caps, because that's how we know you're yelling.